Hello, my name is Brandon, and now we will be talking about our favorite food essay that we just got done writing and our peer editing session. So we'll start going down the list of questions. What global comments/suggestions did you find best from your peers and why? So I would say some of the best comments and suggestions that I got from my peers was about my thesis statement. It didn't really flow very well with my body and my conclusion. The conclusion itself was great, but the thesis was a little weak, and they had a hard time picking up what my actual thesis statement was. So I kind of had to elaborate on my thesis statement to kind of make it stand out a little bit more, and was able, better able to pick up what they were saying. Besides that, I think a lot of my paper, it was just a lot of small grammatical sentence level errors. And what were the best global comment suggestions that you offered your peers and why? So I would honestly say the best global comments suggestions where my peers were lacking were they were missing that aha moment. We talked about it during our discussion. It was that moment when you as a reader kind of start putting things together and you're drawing this picture, you have this mental picture in your head, and you could start picturing everything like being in the kitchen and your grandma and your mom, whatever the case may be, and it's all coming together to with the body to fit into your conclusion. So I would say that would be honestly the best suggestions was to make a well-defined aha moment in your paper where everything really starts to come together as a reader, and as a reader you don't want to put the paper down because you want to know what's happening next. You want to see what's going to happen, and so that would be the best global comments that I had. What important feedback discussion points were captured on the page that came up during your discussion? Be specific and reference your peers and their paper. You may benefit from looking back over the essay you peer reviewed. So I would honestly say some of the best discussions that came out of our paper was actually just sitting down talking about it. And like when you're able to sit down and talk and discuss something, like for instance, I put for an example, we were talking about how we have an easy way of making spaghetti and meatballs. It's called the tempo box method. And a lot of both of the Casey and Mitch were talking about where they wanted me to elaborate on this method. But after our discussion, we decided, no, it's better to leave it with just a very simple 1-2 sentence explanation because it's starting to take away from the root of the story. We're getting into a whole other method that's really not important at all. So these types of discussions are extremely important, and you need to have them, and that way you can kind of put your writing in context. And maybe they didn't read it right or whatever the case may be, but you need to, if you could put it in context for them, they could be like, oh, okay, that actually makes sense. So that would be the best comment that I had about that. Next question will be: what did you wish had come up looking back on your peer review comments? To be honest, we had a great group of students that I was working with, so we covered everything. What we did was we kind of did a round robin. We started with one, and we'd just go back and forth and feeding off of each other and make our suggestions, and then we would discuss after we were done giving our comments that we made about our paper. We would just kind of go back and discuss it as kind of like an open forum type thing where okay, this is what we thought and this is a suggestion, do you have anything to say about it? So we really kind of covered everything that we needed to cover in our paper, in our peer review session. There's really nothing that was left unreviewed. We went over global concerns, local concerns. There's how to make your paper better, make it flow smoother. There's, like I said, the biggest thing for a lot of us was just small grammatical sentence level stuff that is just easy to miss, that you don't normally, that you need to take a long time to sit down and really review. So that pretty much covers that.